Okay.
Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background, and encourage an open dialogue. Attendance at all Helping Parents Heal meetings is voluntary. All discussions that take place at affiliate-led meetings are confidential. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Zoom meetings run by Helping Parents Heal leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics, such as afterlife evidence and connecting with children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members. So we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Kathy will put Pauline's website in the chat if you'd like to contact Pauline and have a private reading. She does not have a long waiting list. And if you haven't had a reading with Pauline, I highly suggest you do so. I had a fabulous reading with Pauline. I'll read a very short bio. Pauline writes that she has been touched with the gift of clairvoyance since she was 12 years old. Her psychic abilities have developed further over the years, and she now works as an international clairvoyant and medium. She travels across Great Britain and Europe, giving private readings and spiritual healing. Her work involves offering spiritual teaching. She says that her greatest pleasure is witnessing the joy on people's faces after offering guidance and delivering message from their loved ones in spirit to help people on their journeys through life. So without further ado, please join Kathy and I in welcoming Pauline Mason. Thank you, Pauline, for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. It gives me great pleasure to come and work for you, to be able to bring some joy and happiness into your lives. I tend to sit and just be quiet and allow the children, youngsters, adults to come forward, and I have pages of it here. But first of all, the gentleman there, Peter, can I talk to you, please?
Hi, Peter. I've asked you to unmute.
Oh, certainly. Thanks very much.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Pauline.
I'm seeing a young lady around you, so would you understand a daughter in the spirit world?
Yes, absolutely. My daughter. Yes, absolutely.
But I want to put a teacher's hat on her and a cape round her, so I know this girl was clever.
Absolutely. Yes, and she certainly wore that.
And she also shows me, I want to call it a pat dog, a dog that would have helped her. And if it isn't a pat dog, would there have been a special dog?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. She was very enthusiastic about life. And I feel as she comes that much closer to me, the link between you and her was just something really, really special.
Absolutely. Yes.
And I can equate that to my own father's love to me. And she smiles as she comes in and she says, you're doing well, but you do have the days that you slip. And she comes around you an awful lot. And she tells me this by playing music, by being around you, by making you aware of her presence.
Yes, I can take most of that. I'm not sure about the music part.
Okay, it's just music that will come on that will take you to her. Also, as she comes even closer to me, I can see her doing a lot of writing here. So did she have to do a lot of writing within her work or job or?
Yes.
Okay,
definitely.
And I see a lot of books as well, so I know she's very knowledgeable as well.
Yes.
Okay, she hung on to life as long as she could. That's what she wants to say here today. She hung on to life. But she shows me a little book. I don't know if it's a little religious book, a prayer book, or a special little book that she keeps hold of in her hand.
Um, a special book.
It's only a small book because I could get it in my hand. And I'm almost feeling it would have had some sort of religious link to it or something special for her.
Yes. I think it's a journal. My wife just said it was her journal.
Okay, that's fine. And this girl must have liked the water as well, but she shows me a lake. So did you
Yeah,
take her to a lake?
she certainly liked the water. In terms of a lake, hmm.
I'm almost wanting to be out in the outdoors. That's what it feels like.
Yes.
If you don't understand it, I'll just move it on.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And she talks about this condition that came around her, and she said that it was almost as if she wanted to keep going to sleep. She was tired.
Oh, so you're saying that's the way she passed?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying she was tired.
Um, yes, yes, she could have been. Yeah, yes, there were a number of times that she was tired. Yeah.
But the main reason she's in here today is to just to let you all know that she's here with you. But she also shows me there's a celebration coming up as well. So there must be a birthday or a wedding anniversary or some celebration.
Yes, my wife's birthday is coming up on the 16th, and also my sister's birthday was on the 5th.
Right, okay. She for me they always bring a cake with a candle on it. So she brings this jam and cream sponge and she just laughs at that. Would she have had long hair at some time?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
she's flicking my hair about, so I know she had this long hair, and her hair was very glossy, but she's very, very pretty as she comes forward. She blows a kiss to the whole family to know that she's here, and I just thank you very much for working with me. She's been so insistent that I knew I'd got to come straight to you.
Oh, thanks very much, Pauline. Really appreciate that. Yeah, yes, everything you said is true. I'm not so sure about the lake. She liked beaches, certainly.
Okay, my mistake, but that's what I saw.
But thanks very much, Pauline. That was amazing. Thanks. That
You're
was
very
awesome.
welcome. Had you ever been to Canada or anywhere like that?
Oh, yes, yes.
So that's where I saw the lake. It was like Canada with a wooden hut on it, and
Oh, well, yes. That's a good point actually, because yes, we actually went close to Lake Ontario.
okay.
That's right. Yes, yes. So we went past Lake Ontario and I think one of the other lakes. Yes, I'm sorry. It was actually my mistake in that case. Yeah.
Okay, you're allowed to make mistakes. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to leave that love with you. Bless you. Thank you very much for working with me.
Thanks very much, Pauline. That was
Very
awesome.
welcome.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
That's great, Peter. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks very much,
Um,
Irene.
the first child that came in was a small child, and he's male, little boy, and I feel he drank something or he ate something. He did something that caused him harm, and I feel this child was rushed to hospital. I feel they tried to work on him. I see life support going on, but it was whatever he'd put inside his little body that they couldn't shift it out to help him. And that's all I've got on him at the moment. Does anybody understand this at all? Little boy, and he drank something or he ate something that caused him harm and he was rushed to hospital.
If you can take any of that, please type it in the chat. And again, this does go up on YouTube, and somebody later on that's watching it, it might be a message for them. We have had that happen
Yeah, okay.
quite often.
And nobody understands any part of that. He got
So
hold of
far,
something,
no one is taking it.
almost like those washing things that we put in the washing machine. Something like that. He got hold of it and put it in his mouth.
Hmm.
But if nobody understands, then hopefully when they see it played back, then they'll find it there. That's okay. That's fine. All right. The next was a young woman, and she fell into a depression, and but lots of people believed she was okay, but she wasn't. And she got to a point that she didn't want to be here anymore, and she tells me that she completed suicide. But this was a very, very pretty young woman, but to fall into this depression, she's not telling me why she fell into it, but people believe she was okay, because I believe she came out of it, but it was still there, very, very much in her mind. And this is what happened to her.
Okay, so I assume Kathy's putting that in the chat, and we have one person, Mary Beth, said, could this be my Christina? Well, Mary Beth, if you could just let us know if you can take some of this. I assume you
Yeah.
had a daughter pass. Okay.
I did. Pauline, does it sound like it could be Christina? We were so full of hope, thinking that she was going to get the surgery in a couple weeks, and she died. And we didn't see any signs. We thought she was doing better
Yeah.
because she was hopeful too.
Right. Okay. And you understand everything I've said there.
Yes.
Okay. A very beautiful young lady as she comes forward, and she's very emotional. I feel she was very emotional in life.
Well, especially because she had been struggling for 10 years with anxiety and depression that would sweep in like the tide. Then we learned it was premenstrual dysphoric disorder,
Okay.
and that's why it was cyclical.
Right. Okay. She wants you to know. She wants the whole family to know she tried really hard, but the least little thing would knock her back because she was so fragile with it. And she knows how much it hurt the family, and she's quite wanting you to know that she's absolutely fine now, because she's in a much, much better place. But she tells me that she comes around a lot.
Mhm.
Do you
That's
understand?
comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that.
Okay. Were there any children here?
Yeah, she has 2 children. Oh,
Don't
sorry.
tell me. Because I'm feeling there were children here, and I do feel that the children need to know that she's okay.
Okay.
So do you talk to the children?
Well, yes, they were visiting consistently, but now their father's being punitive. So we
Okay.
didn't get to have the kids in January and February because
Okay.
we're seeking grandparents' rights.
Right. That's fine. She said continue. Just continue. And she shows me money, finance. I don't know if there was a problem with finance or why she would want to be talking about finance.
I don't know, other than the legal proceedings are costing a lot. Is she indicating something about the money?
Um, have you? I mean, is there a claim you can get? Is there something you can get to help you with this?
Not that I know of, but I wasn't sure if there's some malpractice involved with her care. I'm just not sure. We
Uh,
haven't pursued anything.
right. No, she's not saying anything about that. She's just concerned that the children get to see you, that they get to
Mhm,
be brought up happily,
mhm,
and no. Nothing to stop them becoming bright little kids, and to carry on with their own life. That's what she's really
mhm.
concerned about. She says to say to all of you that she tried so hard, but it was like 1 foot forward and 2 steps back. But would I be right in saying the husband was difficult?
We believe so. And we are curious about the day before she died and if she could shed light on that.
She talks about almost controlling of her. That's the feeling I get, that he was
Mhm,
controlling of her, and she wasn't actually strong enough. But she wants you to know that with all that going on, she was still able to shower these kids with love, and that's what she wants to continue within their own little lives. That's very
mhm,
important, she said, and to be made sure that you talk about her and that they truly understand.
mhm. That's The children say they can only talk about their mom at our house.
That's really sad. That's really
Mhm.
sad, because she's obviously feeling that, but she's getting quite agitated now, and I don't want her agitated. I want to keep her calm. But she puts her hands out to me. She said, "Life's unfair, but who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? But you're
Mhm.
doing a great job." And she said, "Please continue."
Thank you. We're doing our very best.
So thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for working.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. This next one, it's a male, and I don't feel he was young, but I want to be maybe late teens, 20s, something like that. He loved the outdoor life, and I can see him with climbing boots on, but I can just see him out. He was very, very much a free spirit. He was extremely close to his mother, and he did sort of just flash in so I could have a look at him as well. And he was an extremely attractive young man, and I feel there was facial hair at some point, or maybe a designer stubble that they had. He spent time unwell, and on a cocktail of pills, some prescribed, but mixed. I've got the word narcotic, and that's very much an American word. We don't use that. He mixed something with them which caused his heart to fail. But he wants his family to know and understand that nothing was done deliberately. He didn't do anything deliberately. It helped him get to a better place in his own mind, that he could cope with life. But it's his mum, very, very close to his mum, that this message is for. The whole family, of course, but to his mum. He liked music as well. I see a guitar. I don't know if he actually played or liked that sort of music. But he was very much nature, very much a boy with nature. You wouldn't see him in a suit. He was very, very casual, but it's these beautiful eyes and this lovely face that I'm looking at. Does anybody understand this?
So it looks like Michelle Henderson said, "This is my son." And then someone named Andrea said, "Sounds like Chris and me," and so did Janine. So we have 3 people that are taking it. I don't know if there's something more specific, Pauline, that,
It's the facial hair I need to talk about.
okay.
So
So,
would he have had a beard or a designer stubble, or I can just see a dark shadow on his face, so which tells me his
okay,
hair was brown.
okay. So Michelle, Janine, and Andrea, can you please let us know if you can take that your son's had some type of facial hair at some point, so we can narrow this down and get somebody to get the message. So Andrea and Michelle both said they had stubble.
Right, very close to
Look,
his mum. But what about this?
yeah, Lindsay said facial hair also.
Right, and some pills that were prescribed, but there was the narcotic word is definitely not an English word I would use, but some sort of other pill was mixed with them, which caused his heart to fail.
Okay, Michelle said pills prescribed, and I think it is for Michelle. Do you want to speak with her and we can
Yes,
see?
of course, of course.
Okay. Hi, Michelle. Can you please unmute and we'll see if this is for you?
All right.
Hi,
Okay.
Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Do you understand everything I've said?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. And very outgoing. He liked the outdoor life. Very much a free spirit, I want to say about him.
100% free spirit.
But he was clever too. But he was, what's the word I want to use? He could be obstinate. That's an English terminology. So would probably want to do something, but he wouldn't do it because he's already said he won't do it. So do you understand what I'm trying to say to you here, Michelle?
Not really. I don't
Now let's
understand
do that
that.
again. Would you understand he could be stubborn?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Right.
definitely.
Right, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
all I needed back from it. Stubborn. He could be stubborn. And did he ever smoke as well?
He the very last year or so It was something that he struggled with. But he said that it helped with the curls.
Okay, that's fine. Because I just see something going behind his ear. That's something they do in the UK. They'll put them behind their ear, have a bit and put it back. But he's laughing now. And the love of music, there was a guitar and music. Did he like music or did he actually play the guitar?
Oh yes, I have his guitar, and we went to Rolling Stones concerts with each other all over the world. Yeah. Mhm.
Fabulous, fabulous. He also had a voice, he's telling me.
He did. I didn't realize it until I started listening to his phone and his messages. I could hear him singing.
Yeah, he's got a nice voice. But a love of animals, a love of that, really a love of the world, love of Mother Nature herself, and had so much to give, so much to give. Such an excitable, happy, lovely person. Never still for a minute, constantly on the go. And he just wants you to know that you made his life really happy. And I need to tell you that. And you've questioned, what did you do wrong? Why did this happen? You haven't done anything wrong. I don't know why these things happen, but he's here today to sort of give some upliftment here. He shows me a little girl as well. So is there a little girl in the family that he was close to, female?
I'm thinking of his girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the only little girl I would think of. Mhm.
Okay. And I see lots of question marks, so I know there's a lot of stuff that you're still not 100% sure of all of this. Not with me, but with what happened to him.
Yeah, yes, that's true. I think, yeah.
But he says that he's here today to make you smile again, make you smile again. And there's a jumper he's showing me. Do you wear his jumper or have you kept his jumper?
I have a couple of them. Yes, I
Okay,
wear them. Mhm.
that's fine. And when he was younger, did he used to take food into his bedroom and leave the plates under the bed?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
did?
he did
Okay.
that all the
He-
time.
He's just showing me that as well. And he's laughing at that because he said, um, my mum hated it. She hated that. But so much love. And he's very emotional too. So I know he's crying here as well. And he reaches out to you. And I know that you will feel him around you because I can feel like wind, gentle breeze as he's coming closer to my face. And he plants a kiss onto your face. So I want you to be able to feel that. Know how much he loves you. Know how much he cares. I'm going to leave that love with you. Bless you. And thank you for working with me.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful. Very nice. Thank you.
Right. Okay. This next one, it's a young girl, and she would have been born with a condition which developed. Um, I feel it was apparent when she was born, but it got worse. And she was alert and loved lights and sounds, and um, she would have suffered with congestion in her lungs. She had to be supported in a chair. I don't feel she could sit up on her own. She loved water. She loved everything. She was a very special little girl. She wasn't with the family very long. But I do see her as a young girl here. But I feel her family gave her a lot of love and care. I see bean bags on the floor that she would have been sat in, but she would have done a lot with her hands and her little mouth as well. I do feel there was trouble feeding her, so I don't know if she was fed with a tube or a pick or however you do it over there. But she's here today to say that she can now walk, which I think is absolutely fabulous. So, does anybody understand this little girl that's just come in?
One person has said, Nicole has said, I can take that age 11.
Yeah.
So we'll
Okay.
speak to her and see.
Yeah.
Hi, Nicole. Can you please unmute?
Hi, I'm just going to turn my camera on too. I did just want to say that my daughter could walk, but she at the end of life wasn't able to walk.
Right. Okay. And did you have to support her in a chair
At the end of life, yes.
at the end of life? Okay. And the fact that she loved lights, music, water,
Yes, all that.
all of that. And I can actually hear her giggling. But was there some problem with the feeding of her as well?
When she was little, she was tube fed.
She was tube fed. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. But a striking child. What do I mean by that? Very attractive again, very attractive child. But she touched the hearts of everybody that met her.
Absolutely.
Um, as I'm looking at you, it's that same sort of face. So was she very much like you, Nicole?
She was.
Okay, all right. Did you used to sing to her?
We sang to each other all the time.
Okay, because she talks about the singing. She talks about the singing. And I don't know if you took her out in the garden with the birds and the trees, but she's taken me out looking at birds and trees now. That must be a memory.
It is.
That must be a memory. Thank you. And something like a little music box with something on it that went round. She loved that.
She has a jewelry box that I still have that has a ballerina inside.
Ballerina. Yeah. Okay. And a special little bracelet she had.
She had a it's a Pandora bracelet, and now I have all of her charms.
Okay, she talks about that special little bracelet. Um, again, here just to see you again, talk to you again. But she talks to you all the time, and I feel that you do communicate quite well with her.
I do. I try my best.
And she says to listen, because it's almost like she's blowing on you, and I feel I can feel the breeze on my face. Um, and and she was funny too. I want to say she was funny, but I can see her unbalanced. So is this something that happened towards the end of her life?
It was, yes.
She was unbalanced because I want to hold her to keep her upright here. But it's almost as if she lost the power within her body. But I want this congestion in her lungs as well. Do you understand that?
Yes, she had pulmonary hypertension.
Thank you. But she said, she was happy. She did enjoy her life. And was there like a doll, a soft something she's got in her hand, shaking it at me?
Yes.
And okay, did you keep some of her teeth?
I have everything I could possibly keep of
Right.
hers.
Okay, I just see teeth, like when the teeth fall out. But she's so sweet. She's so sweet as she comes in, and her hands are tiny. So would she have been quite a small child?
She was very small for her age.
She's tiny, like a little doll, but so affectionate, and she's wanting to climb up onto my lap, and just make me aware of her character and what she was like. Did she have a chalkboard? Do you know what I mean by a chalkboard?
Yes, in her room.
In her room, she had a chalkboard because she's showing me how she can chalk. She said, "Look, look." But a fabulous imagination, and happy, and would have woken up happy as well.
Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. You take her love. The month of May is important too.
Okay.
So I'll leave you to find why May is important, but that's what she's saying to me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you
So
very much.
beautiful, Pauline. Oh, Nicole, I'm so happy for you. Oh, that was amazing. Thank you, Pauline.
You're very, very welcome. All right. So this next one, what did I get on his age? I don't think I got a lot on his age. He had a head injury, and would have survived for a short time. And he was either induced into a coma or he slipped into a coma, but he never recovered from it. He was a very clever boy. He was excellent at everything he did. I can see him very popular. Just a lovely, lovely young kid here. But this was something that happened. I feel it was some sort of an accident that occurred here. But he's quite anxious to come through and bring some peace to his family.
Okay, so Kathy has Kathy just got it, and we have Rosie saying, I assume her son was popular. He had a head injury and an accident.
Right, okay.
Okay. Hi, Rosie, can you please unmute?
Hi.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi there.
Hi, thank you. So, do you understand everything I've said there? Head injury. He survived for a short time. He was either induced into a coma or he slipped into a coma.
Rosie, you're muted. You need to unmute.
Yes,
Okay.
head injury, and he fell. By the time they found him, he was passed.
Right. Did they try and do anything? Did they work
Yes,
on it?
they try to revive him.
Right, that's fine, because I know they tried to work on him. He never recovered. He was a clever boy and he was excellent at many things.
Many things, yes.
Many things. I can hear the music as loud as anything.
He was music.
I can hear you shouting, turn that down. And he used to laugh, and when he laughed, his face just lit up and you just melted, I want to say.
Yes.
Have you kept a pair of, do you call them sneakers or trainers, pair of his shoes?
Yes.
Okay. And could he sketch or draw? Because he shows me a piece of paper with some scribbling on it.
There's drawings in his room right now, painting.
Right. Okay. Did he have a fascination for aircraft or old aircraft, something to do with aircraft? Or did he make...
He had drones.
He had drones, right? That'll do me. I'll call that an aircraft. He was way ahead of his time, and I want to say that he excelled in so much here, and he was just wanting to get on with life. He had lots of friends. What was he saving up for? Because I can see money being saved.
Yeah, he wanted to move out with his girlfriend, get ready to start his life.
Okay. He says that it was an accident, he said, and it was just almost, I want to say, wrong place, wrong time, which it sometimes is in life. You're in a place where you shouldn't be.
Yes.
As I'm talking to him, he brings in a lorry driver in a great big truck. So is this somebody else connecting to him?
What is this?
A lorry, a bit, what do you call them? Trucks? Do you have anybody that would have driven big Arctic lorries, something like that?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because he's just showing me that. So I just feel that could actually be another member of the family wanting to come and say hello. But if you don't...
Yeah, I don't understand someone that's passed.
Okay, that's fine. Just want to tie this up a bit for you now. He shows me shoelaces. When he was growing up, did he have a problem doing shoelaces, or did he leave them undone?
Yes, we had to always buy him the little snatchy ones.
Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Again, loud music, but into modern day stuff. I want to say he was quite good at IT as well.
Yes, very good.
And he could fix things. He said, I could fix things.
Yes.
Such a life planned out, and unfortunately this happened. But please take his love to everybody, and thank you very, very much for coming to talk.
Thank you very, very much.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
Beautiful.
Irene, before I let this guy go, does anybody understand this? There's a guy just come in and he's in a big truck. I don't know what you call your lorries, but it's a big one, and he's up high and he's looking down on me. I don't feel he was old, but he's just wanting to connect with his family. Does anybody understand him?
Okay, let's put like he was a truck driver, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay, but a big wheel.
Yeah, big thing.
Truck,
big.
not a truck like a truck that you would have for your own vehicle, more like it was for work.
No, much bigger, because I'm looking up at him and he's quite a way up there.
Okay, so Yelena said her son was driving a truck. Yelena, was he driving like an 18-wheel truck or a very large truck? Okay, Yelena said her son had a delivery company and drove big trucks. So,
Right, yeah, that's what he's showing me. Very happy looking guy as he's coming closer.
okay. And Nella said her son. So is there anything else beside?
He shows me his chest area, that sort of from the neck down. So there was a problem in there. I feel there was a problem in either the stomach or the chest area. He's not saying he had an accident. He's just showing it to me. And I want to be carrying a bit of weight as well.
Okay, so Nella or Yelena, can you take either of that? Yelena's son had head injuries.
Andrea is
No.
also saying that her brother drove semis and big trucks. So
Nella is saying, okay, my son. So what do you think, Kathy? Andrea said it might be my brother. He had stomach problems. Okay,
Yes,
so now we're
in the stomach. Definitely, yeah. I'm going to go with that one because that feels fine.
okay. And Kathy, that's Andrea.
yes.
Okay, let's ask her to unmute. Oh, it's not allowing me to ask her to unmute. Can you do it, Kathy? Okay, here we go. Andrea, can you speak, please?
Hi, everyone.
Hello. So he drove big trucks and there was a stomach problem.
Yeah, he drove for Swift.
I didn't hear that. Could you say that again to me?
He drove for a mainline semi company for a couple years called Swift. It's like one of the largest.
Yeah.
And he died of a cardiac arrest, but his stomach problems were definitely a part of it.
Yeah, it was the stomach problems that would have brought this on. And I want to say, we have an expression in England when they drive these big trucks, they can turn them on a sixpence. A sixpence is about as big as your fingernail. So what I'm trying to say to you here, he could handle this thing. He could back it. He could do everything with it.
Yes, that's true. He was very mechanical.
Yeah. And he loved his job. He loved it. And I do feel his life was cut short, but I do feel he didn't listen too much to the fact of the stomach problems, which would have brought on other things. But he's very happy as he comes in. He's smiling, and I see quite big arms on him as well. He's not a little tiny fragile guy. He's quite a big guy. He's jumped out of this truck now, so I can see him properly now. Very casually dressed, always laughing, always happy, and here today to put the smile back on your face again.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That sounds just like them.
And loads of love, loads of love. Who's Dan? I've just heard Dan.
Dan, I have a couple of friends named Dan.
Okay.
I don't know if it would be somebody that my brother and I would connect with, but there's definitely close Dan friends.
Okay. Just a name he's given me. And I see him put a hat on and take it off and throw it. So did he like to wear a cap of some sort?
Yeah, he was in the military.
Right, okay. But tough, a real toughy guy. But there was such a gentle side to him. Such a gentle side.
Yeah,
And
he was a Cancer sign, definitely a water baby, and totally I realized that when he passed that he was out of the three of us, he just passed in August, and so it was sudden to me because I was supposed to go down there and see his new house, and I think he's trying to come through today. I know I've been asking for that. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. They do listen. They do listen. And I'm so happy to bring him forward to you. But he just jumped on the back of that other kid. So that isn't that lovely that they think that they can just do it and I'll find them. And I will if I can. I'm going to leave his love with you. Bless you. Thank you very much for working with me.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So this next one is a young woman. a young female. She was excellent at school, music, loved music. I feel she could play as well. She suddenly became very tired. There were blood tests done, iron deficiencies, that became worse. And there's some sort of suspected blood cancer. She fought hard to survive, but gently slipped away. But she's pushing forward to come in today to talk to her family.
Okay, I'll wait and see if anyone can take this.
But it's the blood condition I need to find. Do you want me to move on, Irene?
Jane is saying it all fits, but not blood cancer.
Right.
But if
So
you see,
is there a blood condition? Was there something, were they testing her bloods?
hi Jane, can you answer that question, please, in the chat?
She's muted, isn't she?
Well, I was asking her to just type it in the chat, but I can ask her to unmute and you can ask her. Hi, Jane, can you unmute and answer the question, please?
Sure. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. That's how the cancer was found, was finally found through a blood test.
Right, that's all I need. Do you understand everything else I've said here? Excellent at school,
Yes.
music, loved to play. And she suddenly became tired. There was a tiredness that came around her.
Yeah, that was part of the run-up.
Right,
Sure.
the run up to it. And I think they were looking for an iron deficiency, but it was a lot worse than that.
Oh, yes.
She fought hard to survive this. She really did.
She did.
But I see her undergoing numerous tests and things that they were.
Yeah.
And did she have a problem with her fingernails? Did something happen on her fingernails?
Her fingernails?
Yeah.
No, she chewed her finger, but she was always obsessed with her fingernails. If they were too purple, she wasn't getting enough oxygen.
Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Something.
Okay.
All right. And she tells me she gently slipped away.
Yes, she did.
But I feel this came sooner rather than later. I feel this was quite a speedy thing that had happened here.
You mean her actual passing?
Leading up to it. It
Yes. Yeah, she declined rapidly. Yeah, at the end.
Okay, but she wants you to know she never gave up.
Yeah, she didn't.
She never gave up on anything. And she shows me a scarf and she throws a scarf around my neck.
Yes.
So what's this scarf? Tell me about the scarf.
Oh gosh, she has a collection of really quirky and some beautiful scarves. Yeah.
Okay, the scarf. She wants to put one around my neck and it's turquoise blue in colour. I don't know if that resonates with you. But she's got tears in her eyes because she so loved her family and so much wanted to go on and do a lot more. But
Oh yeah.
she realised this, and she realised in her heart of hearts that she was obviously a lot worse than people thought she was. And did this start with headaches? Because I've suddenly got.
Yes.
Thank you.
100%.
It started with a headache, and I want to become a little bit wobbly too. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes if I don't eat properly, I get a bit wobbly, but it almost feels like a lethargic feeling that was coming over.
Yeah, it was similar to Nicole's daughter, that towards the end, it was, she had balance issues and eventually lost use of her legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
She hated to be debilitated like that. She hated it.
Oh yeah.
And she would always try and smile, make sure that she looked okay. Did she have a problem with her hair?
A problem? Well, she loved her hair. It was long and
She didn't
dyed
lose
it.
it, didn't thin or anything like that.
Well, I mean, she lost her hair with chemo and all that, but then,
Right.
I mean,
Okay,
but
that's
at
what
the
I'm,
end, it was starting to,
yeah,
well,
that's
she was
what
getting very ill at the end. Yeah.
I'm looking for, a loss of hair. So did she wear quirky hats?
Um, yeah, she had a signature hat that she wore, that she loved and ended up wearing it throughout her year of chemo. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm seeing somebody's had a tattoo done, but it's something to do with a heart and love.
It was her best friend, got a big tattoo of a drawing that Alice, my daughter, had done for her, for one of her cats who had passed away. Yep, just did it.
So big heart and love. So it was done with such a lot of love. I'm so glad that you came forward. I'm so glad that we
Yeah, thank you.
and thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Oh,
Pauline.
Beautiful. Jane, I'm so happy for you. I'm glad Alice showed up today. That's wonderful. And everyone, anyone that did get a reading from Pauline today, if you'd like to, please drop a note to Elizabeth with a picture of your child and a small write-up. We'd love to put it in the newsletter. Elizabeth has a very simple email address. I'll type it in the chat. It's just elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org. So that would be great. And we love to feature these stories in the newsletter. Okay, Pauline, sorry. It's 3:50, so I think we have time for another one.
Right, okay. So I've got two more, so let's hope we can get them both in. So there was a young man who came forward and he was very athletic, and he liked the outdoor life. He had many friends, but there was a heart problem, totally undiagnosed. So he didn't stop. Nobody sort of said to him that you can't do this, you can't do that. And I see him having a go at everything, absolutely everything, full of life and vitality. But it just came, and whether he'd had pre-warnings and sort of thought, well, I don't feel well, but giddy, but it was totally undiagnosed. But he's telling me that this was some sort of a heart problem that they discovered.
Okay, can anybody take this? Kathy's put it in the chat. We'll just wait a minute, Pauline, to see.
So a young man, very athletic. He liked the outdoor life because I can see him outside a lot. He would push his hands through his hair. Loads of friends, but there was this heart problem, but totally undiagnosed.
Okay, so far no one is taking anything. It might be for someone that's going to be watching it later.
Yep, that's okay. Okay, I'll go to the last one on here, and then we'll just look and see where I'm going to go. And
I'm sorry, Pauline. Melissa said that she can take it, but okay, Melissa, can you finish typing in the chat and let us know what you can and can't take from what Pauline said? Okay, Melissa isn't answering. Okay, well, I think everything but heavy into sports. She can take everything else.
He was athletic. What do I mean by that? Fit.
Okay.
He liked the outdoor life.
Okay, Melissa, can you answer that question? Was he fit? Did he enjoy the outdoor life? Outdoor life. Do you want to speak with her and we'll see if this is for her?
Lots of friends, but this was a heart condition that hadn't been diagnosed. Does she understand that?
Okay, I think so. Hi, Melissa, can you unmute and answer that question? Did your son pass an undiagnosed heart? She said undiagnosed, yes.
Right.
Okay. Can you unmute, Melissa? Hello?
There we go. I was having trouble there. I'm sorry. I'm typing so slow and
Okay.
Hello, Melissa.
Well, I kept hesitating because I was like, well, it's not everything, but it just was feeling like it could be something. So I didn't want to just let it go by. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know everything, Melissa. I can only give it as I see it, and sometimes I could be a little bit off. But this feels right to me. So, so when I say athletic, full of life. I'm not saying he was a runner. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. But he liked the outdoor life. Loads of friends. And I just feel there was a heart problem, totally undiagnosed.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely that. And he did love the outdoors. And I guess I was thinking like other sports, but he was, you know, hiking, backpacking, skiing, rock climbing, all of that. He loved it, and he was always outdoors, and yes, very fit to do that.
Well, I would say he was athletic, most definitely, if he liked all that. All right. And would have put his hands through his hair.
Yes,
Wanted to
absolutely.
put his hands through his hair. Good looking guy, very good looking. But
Yeah.
this heart problem, I do feel he started to have some sort of warnings here. Did he develop a silly cough?
You know, this is hard for me, but I think that there were some things that were, but they were like so right before the fact, like
Yeah.
that little cough, yeah, for a little while before,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, there was
like
definitely
just a few days before, he said something about he just didn't feel good. Like
No.
he said like something happened. I don't know what it was, but I just felt off and weird, and then
Yeah.
but no, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I can feel all that around him, a little bit off balance, something not quite right there. But he wasn't a guy to stop. And but did you notice he was sleeping longer?
Yes, I noticed that he was more tired, and but you're right, he was the kind of guy that wouldn't stop. That's so him. He just would he would yeah. In fact, that was what yeah. I mean, the night that he passed was supposed to be his day off, but a place that he was also volunteering at, they got into some trouble, and he said, I got it, I'll take care of everything, you guys are fine. And so he spent that entire day making the problem at that agency go away. I mean, he did, you know, he found everything, cleared it up, and I mean, right at the last minute, 5 o'clock, he had it all sorted out. So all the families would get their Christmas gifts, and everybody was taken care of.
Yeah, but that's Melissa. Listen to me. That's the kind of guy he was, and that's how he wants to be remembered today. He was a giver. He wanted to give. Very rarely was he selfish. And I can see him just turning his head and looking at me sideways. Absolutely beautiful smile, beautiful smile. And he blows kisses to you. So I want you to take that into your heart. Try and feel the love that he's here with tonight, and just know that he's with you. And God bless you. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you,
Thank you
Melissa.
so much.
That's
That was
wonderful.
beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Pauline.
You're very welcome. Okay, have I got time to do my last one? Yes.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay, so I have a young woman here, and I've actually got ovarian cancer, but I feel there was cancer definitely, and it could have been in other parts of the body. Um, but it spread. That's what I've written here. There was hair loss and treatment for it, but it was too far gone. But they didn't give up. She smiled a lot, and she left wonderful memories. Um, a heart-shaped necklace, a ring, and music would play that would link to her. But she was a girl that always saw the good in people. There wasn't a nasty bone in her body, and her family would question, why did this happen to her? And again, as I've said to you, I can't tell you why these things happen, but I know she wants to come in today. But it's the memories that she's left behind. She smiled loads. So can anybody understand this lovely girl? And it's the ring, a heart-shaped necklace, and music.
So far, we don't have anyone. Can anyone take this? I hope so. Oh,
What else have I got on it? You know, ovarian cancer is the hardest to detect because it's too high. You can't actually get at it and see it. And working in hospice, I've seen it many times. And that's what I feel. I feel that this problem was there, but it hadn't been rightly diagnosed, but it spread. It spread and it was traveling over very quickly. This was quite fast as well. I'm feeling it happened quite quickly.
well, if no one can take it, I will say to anyone who's watching this later, if you can take this, to please reach out to Pauline or reach out to us, and we'll get you in contact with Pauline.
Okay, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Did I have any more? Oh yes, I did have another one, and that was very quick. I was scribbling it very quickly. It was a young man, and there was some problem with the wallet. His wallet. Do you call them wallets? What you put your money in?
Mhm.
I want to say he was between 20 and 25. He collapsed, but there was something in the wallet he's talking about, and he would have collapsed, and that basically, I feel that he was still just about alive, but he didn't survive this, and that's all I got on him.
Okay. Something in his wallet. He's a young man.
2025. And I've just heard Jackie. I don't know who Jackie is, but I've just heard Jackie. So is it a link to Jackie? What's that? My son had marbles in his valet. What's the valet? Is that a wallet?
I think she meant to write wallet.
Okay. Does that make sense to that lady who typed that in?
I don't know. Elena, did your son collapse?
Yes. She put yes.
Okay. I've asked her to unmute. Okay. Hi, Elena. We can't hear you. I see you, but you're not muted, but we cannot hear you.
I can't
You hear
see
now?
it.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
hello,
we can
Elaine.
hear you
Hello.
now.
Thank you.
As you-
So you understand what I've said there? A wallet, something in it. You're saying a marble. He collapsed. Is that age about right?
He was 28.
Right. Okay. 2025. But he didn't survive this. You would understand that.
Fell off third floor and he didn't survive.
Mm. Did you say she or he?
Him, my son.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. That's all I got from him. He didn't say any more. But was he quite a skinny kid?
Yes,
And
yes, he was.
Did he have quite long legs?
Normal legs.
Right. Okay. I'm just seeing long, skinny legs as he's coming in closer now, and he said that he could be a bit of a wild card.
He liked partying.
Right. Okay. He said he had a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun in his life. He got into trouble.
Yes, he did.
And we're not going to broadcast that because I'm just wanting to make this light. I'm wanting it to keep it light. And because this passing was that quick, there was lots of things that never got to be asked, never got to be found out.
Correct.
So a lot of question marks around him. I don't know why he's showing me that. He showed me an owl. Look at that owl. Thank you. Sometimes it sounds bizarre to me, but if I say it, then it gives you the chance to grab hold of him. Now I know it's for you. All right. And he laughs at that. I feel he was a practical joker. He was never serious for long, but he said that's how he liked to live his life. He did bad things, but he said he did a lot of good as well.
Yes, yes.
And he says that he knows the pain and suffering it caused. But today he said, laugh and remember, laugh and remember. Christmas time, I feel when he was younger, it was like a whirlwind. He wanted to rip everything open and see what he had. And it's almost like
Yes.
when he'd opened them all, anymore, that's the sort of thing I'd say to my mum and dad. Anything else? Do I get anything else? But he's laughing. And he was what I want to call a lovely, lovable rogue. And I want to get hold of his face and kiss him because he's that lovely. And he's here today. He said to celebrate his life with you because he said it was important, really important that you know that.
Thank you. Thank you. Very important.
And there's a pair of brand new shoes in a box that were never worn.
Yes.
Brand new shoes.
Yeah.
Some sort of a smell. Is it an aftershave fragrance he would have used? Or
Yes, he used that, and I have that bottle.
right, that's fine. Okay. Remember him and smile, he said. And don't question anything. Just remember him and smile. But I do feel there were lots of questions about this. But he said,
Yes.
just smile, he said, and he's okay. And that's all we need to know, that they're where they need to be in the right place with a special person. He has an older gentleman with him, so I want to say that's of a grandfather or an uncle. Step forward.
Grandfather.
Thank you. And again, lots of love. Lots of love there.
So happy for
Thank
you, Elena. Wow, that was amazing. I love the owl. That is crazy.
Who am I to question? I'm only the messenger. I'm just the messenger.
Oh my gosh, Pauline, thank you so much. Wow, what an incredible hour this has been. Just absolutely amazing. We thank you so much. And Pauline will be joining us on April 4th, right? That's what we decided for the next. And please, if you haven't had a reading with Pauline, I highly recommend you do so. It'll be an amazing hour spent with your child. We always ask everyone to please unmute and say thank you, Kathy. Thanks for your help today. And hopefully I'll see everybody tonight with Levon Wells. That'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pauline. We love you.
Thank you, Pauline.
Thank you so much, Pauline.
Thank
Thanks
you,
very much.
Pauline.